There we go. Hi, I'm Anya. My pronouns are she, her, and today I'm playing the Mecha Hack with. Please introduce yourselves in the order that you connected.
Yeah, I'm Brian, he, him, and I am playing Ever Calder, also he, him, call sign Breaker Zenith.
And I'm John, he, him, and I am playing Jack Lassiter, call sign Viking Danger.
And last time we left our pilots, they were heading back to Station R to decide on a final plan to prevent any more attacks on the collective or on Station R from this entity that attacked them a few days ago. And so we are going to go ahead and get started the very next day at Station R. You have your mechas have been repaired. Um, you have you of course oh there we go. You of course have access to Eileen and to Eileen, to June, and to Madonna for any information that you will require. But I think the day starts with the rumor, with the news in the base at Station R that Commander Anders, that Sergeant Anders has been awoken by Madonna in order to obtain more information about the actual purpose of Station Q. So, what do you want to do?
The actual purpose of Station Q. That begs a couple of questions. I don't know. I think maybe we should go be in some kind of meeting where we learn what Station Q was actually for. That's probably what I would want to do. What about you, Brian?
Yeah, I think that sounds pretty boring to Calder. Sit in a meeting. Yeah, that sounds terrible. But what does he want to do? Maybe just go meet up with the other mech pilots that are around and see what they've been up to, and yeah, just get the what I mean, hopefully he actually learned some useful thing about what they've been up to and what they've seen, but probably he more just wants to talk about the cool stuff that he did when he was out in the fields.
Sure. Give me 1 second. Well, I think we're going to get started there, and maybe we flash back a bit to Jack Lasseter at this meeting. So I think this is maybe a few minutes after the reunion. Give me just 1 second to check on a couple of things. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So you head to the hangars. Uh, Ever you head to the hangars, and here you see a group very much like yours. It's made of from for four pilots, and they are they are young, probably just a year older than you. They probably had their first missions in the past couple of weeks as well, and they are checking on the repairs for their mechs when you walk into the hangar. Um, I want to say that. Yeah, I want to say that you notice there's still some major repairs for one of the mechs. It's a blue mech that's still missing the leg. Its leg is being reattached when you get there. What do you want to do?
Yeah, I'll just approach, and you're like, "Wow, what happened to take out your whole leg?"
You know it was an ambush. We were ambushed all the way at sector 14 by the Q coup. We didn't saw them coming, and they just high five. But we managed to get some of them back. It was they tell you that it was a landmine that got the mech's leg.
Oh yeah. Where did we run into some landmines? I think that was in sector 3.
Yeah,
It
I
was
think
right after sector 3.
it
That's
was
right.
in sector 3.
Yeah, they seem to like their landmines, I guess. We'll have to keep an eye out. We managed to not get a full blast of any of them too directly.
They tell you, yeah, they're doing some guerrilla stuff. We weren't trained for this kind of combat, but we managed to push them back, and I think the youngest one seems eager to tell you something, but sorry. And then you see an older officer. She notices it and pulls him back, and she says, "We have not. You don't have clearance to talk about it."
Yeah, I guess that's. Yeah, I was gonna say we definitely ran into some stuff that we were never trained in, but yeah, maybe they haven't really said Yeah, I guess there's some stuff so new that they haven't made rules about not talking about it yet, but that's probably coming.
Yeah, why don't you roll presence for me?
Sure. Uh, okay. Nope, that's a fail.
That's a fail, but barely. But yeah, that's a fail. Mm, yeah, I think they don't let him. They shut down. But as soon as you say that, what happened there? As soon as you say that, this younger pilot asks you what you've seen, and he says, just so if we to compare notes, he says.
Yeah, well, I mean, look, we're the ones going out there getting shot at and worse. We need to know what we're going to be running into. So, I understand there's got to be some limits on, the what do we call, like, is it the company or the
Yeah, the
The
company, I think it will
military?
what
be.
would we were?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. I mean, the company's got to have some secrets, but I mean, I think we got to have each other's backs out there. So, yeah, I can tell you, we ran into some stuff that we think is you know related to what attack Station Q. They seemed there was like a crash ship, and like their mechs were not in good shape, but they had some tech that was freaking scary.
As soon as you say crash ship, they start looking at each other, and they yeah, the commander of this small group just says, yeah, so we have to finish checking on our repairs, and at the end of the hangar, you see all of the parts for the mechs that they are repairing or discarding, and you see this clear mark for plasma for some kind of plasma uh, damage that's very similar to what you got. However, I think you yeah, I think that I think there will be a report nearby with some redacted information um, nearby these mechs, and you gather that they were deployed to Sector 14.
Good to know.
So let me go to Jack so that we can get you together. Yeah, Jack, for sure. Right before breakfast, there was this rumor that Sergeant Anders had been awoken from his treatment, and that he was being, uh, let's say, questioned by the senior staff of Station Q. What do you want to do?
Jack probably can't get into that particular meeting, but I'm hoping that maybe he knows somebody who was there. So he's going to go looking for somebody who he thinks knows something about it. Maybe one of the folks that work with Madonna.
Okay, give me 1 second. Yeah, you find Dimitra is her name.
Mitra, okay.
Oh, got it down. Yeah. Yeah, she basically um yeah, she basically runs some errands for Madonna. Obviously, since you are understaffed, you are pretty sure that she is taken on a more prominent role, more direct actions. Because Madonna became the de facto leader of the company. Um, and I think you catch her. Um, yeah, I think you catch her basically running out of this meeting in the well. Yeah, it's a meeting, but it is in the nursery. Running to get some paper, some notes in the command center. So you have just, I don't know, 5 minutes that will take her to run all the way there and back. What do you want to do?
Okay. So I'm imagining that like I bumped into her and I'm helping her pick papers up and we're walking together as she's running around with the things she's trying to get out. Uh, Dimitra, right? Hey, you have a second?
She's carrying, a bunch of papers, and she says,
Right.
"No, no, not really."
Yeah. Here, let me help you with that. Let me take some. And looks like you're headed my way. Just curious. You know, we've had a lot of problems out in Station Q, and you know, I think we're gonna get sent back out there. Really like to know a lot of what's going on.
I think I personally, not necessarily her, but I will need something more specific about what you want to know so that we can.
Uh, any thoughts on the information we've shared about that ship?
Okay. Uh,
Does Anders think about it?
give me 1 second. Yeah. I think. Yeah, for starters, so you're the ones that discovered the. She says that discovered the second ship, and I
Yep.
shouldn't have said that.
Yep, the second one. And he
Uh,
just keeps nodding along, like, absolutely.
and she says, I mean, she's looking around, making sure that nobody heard her mention this. She says,
It's just us. Don't worry. There's nobody who's in this hallway this early in the morning. Everyone's down in the mess hall.
yeah, I think they are finishing processing some of the data, and she points to the papers. She says, in I think everyone will be very excited by the fact that maybe we can make some space doors. If not if not by the fact that we might be bombarded any day now.
He tries to hide his shock, like, oh yeah, no, that's interesting to hear. Yeah. Uh, and Anders, is he thinking about a plan to prevent this, or any sorties we're gonna go out on to help?
She says, I mean, they are mostly discussing about they are mostly discussing about the critters on sector 4.
Yeah, those are pretty crazy. I'm not sure what your report says there, but yeah, they're very strange. It's certainly not like the things we've seen before. Um, uh, any way I could help with that? Maybe I could give you some information, and Madonna might find a way to promote you with it. I'm right here. You got a couple of minutes, so you got to get back to your meeting.
Give me 1 second. I want to. I think she says, "Oh no, no, I already talked too much," and she turns on the corner, bumps into someone. Her papers, her part of the papers are on the ground.
I start helping her pick the papers up.
And you see, yeah, you see a small report, redacted as well, that mentions you by name, and the sample, the material sample that you left
Mm-hmm.
on sector 6.
Mm-hmm.
And you see, yeah, this goes from, yes, you see sectors 4, 5, 6, 7, 7, 17, and 14. Let me just write that down for you.
Okay.
4, 5, 6, 7, 17, 14. Let me just 13. Yes. And 13 as well. As number 1, as places to find this mineral, and number 2, as places that are being considered to use to blow them up, basically.
Oh, okay, gotcha. That's good to know. I try to distract Demetra so that she doesn't like see that I've looked at this. I as we're over picking up documents, I look over like, have you done something new with your hair? It's great, whatever it is.
roll me a presence, please.
Oh no, it's not gonna go well. All right, let's see here. Well, actually, that's not too bad. Let's see. Oh, no, it's
No.
over. My presence is 8. I rolled a 12.
Yeah, I
So I
think
failed.
I think she the reports are probably color coded or something like that. And as soon as you start gazing to that, it's the one probably that she picks up, and she just says, "You were asking about any sortie or anything like that." And she says, "Yes, I think orders are being drafted to deal with some of the recent findings, but I don't have.
Great.
I cannot speak for any specifics."
Totally understand. Well, if you ever need me, just let me know. You know, I'm the guy with his eyes on the ground. Just share information. I help you, you help me, sort of thing. But you have a good day. I hope everything goes all right.
Sure. And I think
All right.
she hurries up, goes to the nursery. But what I think ties these two things up is that you find, yeah, is that you find Eileen. There's you start hearing gunshots
Oh God.
uh, in the training area.
Okay.
Just start
It's not so
hearing
bad.
gunshots, and everyone gets scared. People go check on it. They pull out weapons, and it's basically Eileen, who is very 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 drunk on the fermented kaiju wine that you gifted to
Oh
her.
God.
Uh, essentially crying.
Allegedly, we she happened to drink it. We didn't give it to her. I mean, we wouldn't be that irresponsible.
Essentially crying, and she's saying, she's yelling as she's shooting at mechs, uh, making 0 damage with her 9mm. Like she's yelling, how could they, with all the data that we could have gotten from it.
Oh my gosh.
And she has the bottle in one hand, and she's shooting with the other. And what do you want to do?
Um,
Ever, you of course are hearing the shots as well.
I mean, there are people with guns going to settle her down. I don't think I want to be in the middle of that, so I'll just kind of sit back and watch. Uh, yeah.
Okay.
And Calder hears this, and do we meet up in the hallway?
Sure. Yeah, I can. Yeah, we can reconnect.
Oh, hey, Calder.
Hey.
I think Eileen's maybe drank a little too much kaiju wine. She's and he just sort of motions like, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so far she's not pointing that gun anywhere it's really going to do any damage. So I guess it's fine. I'm sure she'll maybe feed. She'll be fine.
Yeah, I'm sure she will be. I'm thinking once she puts the gun down, we should go and chat with her. You know, be sympathetic ears. And he kind of looks around conspiratorially and whispers to Calder, I think I know why she's doing it. I think they're going to blow up. And he lists the sectors 4, 5, 6, 13, and 17.
Four, five, six.
Which is basically the tunnels network that you have found.
Yeah. I mean, it seems like there was like an abandoned QQ factory down in those tunnels. It seems like they'd be a lot more useful taking control of them and making use of them.
I guess Anders has decided that it's not worth the risk. He just wants to glass it.
And then there's that temple.
Yeah. But you know, there's a lot of underground tunnels, and there's the possibility that, you know, Eileen or somebody might know something we don't know. And I don't know how long it takes people to set up some sort of artillery around here, but might have some time to go and get something if we can find one or two things we want to go out into the field for. Eileen should be able to tell us what's so important.
I mean, I definitely want to know more about what is going on out there if we're going to be stepping out into it.
Yeah, sounds like she knows. So I guess at this point, you know, maybe Jack and Calder just kind of hang out and wait for Eileen to calm down and then go visit her?
Or run out of bullets.
Yeah, either way.
Yeah, I think she's shooting. Somebody goes to her in somebody walks to her in a mech, in a full suit, and there's this loud speaker saying, "Specialist, stand down. Specialist Arcaris, stand down." And she just empties her clip on the mech, drinks the last of her wine, throws the bottle to the mech, to the leg of the mech, and a few soldiers grab her. And yeah, I think then you see Anders basically step into the patio with some crutches, in his arms, and she says, "Detain Miss Arcaris, at least until she's sober enough to answer for these actions." And they take her to the rig, and then Anders basically addresses all of you. He says, as you might have heard, there's been some weird findings in these days after the attack to Station Q. We have good intelligence. We have good intelligence that this was a QQ attack, and so I have together with our senior staff decided that today at 1900 we will be attacking we will initiate an attack on sectors 3 and sectors 10 that thanks to some of our recent sorties have been determined as the main basis for the QQ insurgency. Please be prepared to depart as soon as you get orders. Dismissed.
And what time is it right now for us?
Right now
Sometime
it's
in the morning.
early in the morning. Yeah, it's
Okay,
maybe it's maybe 9.
All right. Well, I'll look over at Calder, and you want to go to the brig and see if we can talk to Eileen.
Yeah, sounds good.
All righty. Let's head there.
Oh. Sorry. Yeah, I think you go to the brig, and the brig is basically guarded, and they are not letting anyone get in to see Eileen. You can try to sneak in, but they are not letting anyone to talk to Eileen right now.
Quick question. I know that I just kind of picked it on the fly, the commander role, but does that give me, like, can I pull any sort of rank here with these soldiers, these guards?
Probably, yeah. Give me a second. I need to check on something, but maybe.
Okay.
I'm not sure, but maybe.
Okay.
Here it is. There. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I have my reference. Sorry.
Oh, you're right.
Okay. Yeah. I think technically you probably outrank these people. But their orders are coming directly from Anders. So you will need to say something especially
Got it.
But yeah, you probably walk down the stairs, and one of them, there's two guards at the brig. They say, Commander Anders is not letting anyone visit prisoners right now.
I take a look at both of them, and I find the one that I think is a little bit more out of sorts than the other. And by that, I mean I'm looking at the one whose uniform is not within regulation. You know, the belt isn't shined properly, the line from the seam of the shirt doesn't fit right over the belt buckle, right? And I just start going around basically, you know what else Anders doesn't like? He doesn't like his men not in regulation uniform attire, right? And I got it. I can take away your weekend pass. I bet you got one right now. You'd love some days off, wouldn't you? Well, you can have them off, or I can assign you to go clean out latrines. You ever seen what it's like at the edge here, right around Kaiju Country, cleaning out latrines? You don't want to.
Let
So you let
me.
me in there right now. I need 5 minutes. That's it. Nobody else will have to know.
I think that's very good, but let me ask this. Ever, are you going with Jack at that point?
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm there, hanging back, but yeah.
And how neatly do you think your uniform is at that moment?
Ooh, I mean,
Well, if you're not on duty, it doesn't matter.
yeah, I mean, I don't. Yeah, I mean, I think he's probably pretty average as far as like how attentive he is to that stuff.
Okay. Um, okay then. Uh, I think he for sure seems intimidated. Um, yeah, I think he for sure seems intimidated. He, you are saying all of this. He stands up straight and says, "Sir, with the recent changes on assignment, it's been pretty hectic, sir. Uh, um, uh, uh, and starts apologizing. Yes.
I can forgive it. I can look the other way. I don't think Anders will, though. So do you want me to tell him what I've seen here?
Yes, sir, Commander Anders assigned us personally to this station. Uh, I'm not trying to contradict you, but he didn't seem to, and just stops short of basically telling you that you are wrong.
Hmm. Hmm. Well, I can't make you open that door, son. But what I can do is I can take away your weekend leave for the next 3 years if I need to. Do you want that?
Give me a presence, but roll with advantage. You will roll
Oh,
twice, and we will use the lowest one.
I hope it works. Nope, neither one works.
uh, yeah, I think he says, "Sorry, but Commander Anders, uh, Commander Anders didn't mention anything, sir. Uh, this I'm not." I understand you, and if you must report me, then I'm sorry, but do I cannot disobey Commander Anderson's direct orders.
You're right. I'm going to report you. And he turns around and he storms off. And then as soon as we get out of earshot, I look at Calder. I'm like, it didn't work. Damn.
Yeah. I mean, who else does she talk to? Does she work with that maybe we could find out from them what she was doing?
Well, I mean, if it's all senior staff in the meeting, then I don't know if they'd have the engineer there, but June might know something.
Eileen works mostly alone,
Hmm.
but you have seen June, of course, works repairing the mechs and all of that. But what I'm trying to say for Eileen is that she has her computer, she has a ton of records. She's always taking notes on her mobile pad, so you probably can get some stuff.
That's true. We don't necessarily need to go to anybody. We can just go to a computer terminal, but it'd all be locked. We'd have to find somebody who has access. I don't know. I feel like Madonna and even Anders owes us a solid at this point. Not that that counts for much in the military. I don't know. I'm kind of stumped. I just want to see if there's something that we should be saving or something we should be doing before this mission. We know that the material is of interest. We know that the religion is of interest.
I think something that maybe I didn't make clear enough, because maybe you didn't pick that, is that Anders was mentioning about bombarding sector 3 and 10, blaming the Q for the attack. But at this point, you are pretty sure that it cannot have been the Q. You have found all of this technology that points to the people that crashed the ship, or well, the people whose ship had crashed rather.
Oh, that is very important.
And so he's probably trying. I mean, he's 100% trying to cover up for something.
Right. Either that or he has bad intel, and so we could innocently go to him and tell him he's wrong. I like that idea. I also kind of want Madonna in the room when we do it. Can Calder and I hunt down both of them and have a conversation with them?
Yeah. Give me one second. But yes.
So you want to go to the commander and tell him he's wrong?
Yes.
I think I could maybe not be there for that conversation.
You don't want to be. That's all right. All right. Wrong is a strong word. Tell him he's operating under bad intelligence.
Yeah. Yeah, but what if he knows exactly what he's doing?
That's why Madonna
is just not telling us.
That's why Madonna is there, so that maybe she disagrees and she fights that fight for us. We can just sort of be like, "Hey, we brought it to your attention. We're gonna peace out now."
Okay.
Although if she's in on it too, then we're just gonna get into like way more trouble. But it's a risk we got to take. Or not. We don't have to take the risk.
It doesn't seem like a risk we both have to take.
That's true. You don't have to take that risk.
I'm not loving this plan.
Well, what would you like to do? There's other things we could do.
Well, I mean, there were some mech pilots I was talking to earlier. They seemed to know more about what was going on. Like, one of them seemed, more willing to open up than, but they were with, the rest of their crew. Maybe if I could talk to them by themselves, I could find out a little more.
Seems reasonable.
Sounds a little more in my speed than I generally try not to open my mouth whenever the commander's around. It just seems like
Which makes
how
perfect
good
sense.
could that really go?
I totally get it. I mean, I did make a promise to that farmer that I was going to go to Anders personally and tell him that he owed him money. So I mean, if nothing else, I got to do that.
That's true. I think if you are not together, you for sure will see different stuff happen, and will probably maybe not get as much information, but more varied information.
That's good. The diversity of information is good. We can put it together and see what lines up.
We are going to get started with Jack then. Uh sure. Yeah, you I think you go see Anders, um and I think weirdly you are led through uh
Hmm.
without any pushback to the commander.
Okay. Sir, Jack Lassiter, reporting. I have critical information for you, sir.
Is at his desk. You see the crutches on the back of the room. He says, "Yes, Mister Lassiter. I've had some of the intel you gather together with the looks at papers with the Iron Maidens. Is that correct?"
Yes, sir. That's right. That's our unit. We gave you everything we could.
Says, "Yes, a bit much if you ask me."
Well, didn't want to under-deliver, sir. You know, under-promise, over-deliver. That's how I like to run things. Yes. So if you're ready, I can pass on some other information to you.
I think he will be interested in that. He just looks at you expectantly.
So I think two primary things, although we can talk about either of them. Number one is the farmer out in Sector 2. I promised him I would remind you that he still owed payments. You know, do with that what you will. You know, I'm sure that you've got your own schedule for how those things work, but I gave the man my word, and it's got to count for something. So there's that. The second thing, and certainly the most important thing, is that earlier when you were addressing the group of us after Eileen had her outburst, that you mentioned an attack on sectors 3 and 10 and blaming the QQ for the attack on Station Q. I don't think that's accurate, sir. And I'm happy to point out in my report where I think they are not to blame for the attack on Station Q. I just don't want you to operate on bad intel.
He says, "Yeah." He says, let me stop you right there, son, because this is this is based in intelligence that you yourself gathered. Uh, and he says, "Didn't you? Didn't you saw the QQ activate a device all the way in Sector 17, son?"
Activate the device. Uh, I don't believe it was the QQ who activated the device. There were things that were not QQ out there. There were very advanced mechs in Sector 17 and a ship that had not so much crashed as the Earth had sort of formed itself around the ship. Um, I mean, it's far beyond anything the QQ can muster, as far as I know. And I think that's reflected in the report.
He throws a report in front of you, and he says, "Are you telling me you lied in an official report in an official report, son?" And you see a report with your signature, of course, forged, with redacted information, and you see the QQ, you see all of your names, and you see sector 17. This is clearly a doctored report.
Sir, I don't know who put this report together, but it was not mine. And then he writes his signature on a piece of paper. That's my signature. That's not mine.
He says, "Son, lying to your commander is a serious offense," and you just see him calling the guards for you. And I think there's this second where you are able to escape or do anything like that. But he's clearly trying to pin something on probably your group. He's clearly trying to cover up something and probably making you take the blame. So I'm going to go back to that in a second, because Ever, you are heading with the rest of the pilots. Um, you head with the rest of the pilots, yes. And yeah,
trying to get some of the lower ranked pilots alone away from their commanders this time.
Yeah, I think you catch this particular soldier at the very improvised recreation room that have thrown together. He's playing darts as you walk in.
Hey, yeah, you got a minute?
Yes, sure. What do you what can I help you with?
Well, I don't know. Things just they're not making any sense. We're we're arranging an attack on the QQ out in 3 and 10, and just the things we're being told, it's not matching up with what we saw out in the field, and it's just not right when we're going out there putting our necks on the line that they're not telling us what's really going on.
He just shrugs and says, "Yeah, I guess another day in the military." And he just lowers his voice and says, "So you found a ship? Was it like a a weird ship?"
Very weird. It wasn't like anything I'd seen before, and it was like stuck into the ground. Like it just was put there. It didn't come crashing in or anything. It was weird.
He just nods and says, "Yeah, no, the one we found was just crash, but there were some there was some major resistance, some weird mechs some weird mech models that I had never seen before. I don't know if they were human."
Whoa, yeah. I don't think we ever got a look at any of the pilots, right? Yeah, no. Yeah, I didn't even see any of the pilots, so that I don't know, but maybe. I mean, it's weird stuff.
You know, I think the ship kind of looked like the ship that attacked us at Q. He asked you, what were you there at Q when the thing happened?
No, I was out in 6 when it happened. I guess lucky for me.
It was horrible, and starts describing the event and starts describing the ship, and it's basically matching to all of the details that you saw on the ship and that he seems to have found. But what he says is, but this was like way smaller than the ship that attacked us. He says, and I don't know, they were crashed, they were certainly weaker, but was so dangerous. And where did they even came from? Sector 14 uh, had been combed like 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Well, yeah, I mean, something's really not right if your crew and mine both saw pretty clear evidence this is what attacked Station Q, and we're taking the eye off that to go run around Sector 3 and 10. I mean, that thing wiped Station Q. This is going to get us all killed if they're messing around. I don't get it.
He just goes like, yeah. What I don't know is how they got here, and he just seems a bit confused. He's gathering this information that there's more ships. There might be more of these kind of ships. And then yes, and then outside of this recreation room, heading to the hangar, you see Madonna walking to the hangar with a bag, a large bag, and she's being scolded by two soldiers.
Yeah, I'll definitely head that direction see if I can figure out what's going on.
Yeah, the soldier, as soon as you walk out, just says, "Hey, just let me know if you find anything else, please," and keeps playing. You go out, and they are taking Madonna to. There's a chopper. They are pulling out a chopper from the hangar. They are clearly taking Madonna to there, and yeah, there's the loud sound of the helicopter's engine, and the soldiers are just kind of rushing her to the helicopter. What do you want to do?
Yeah, I'll just run over and ask her what's going on.
Yeah, the soldiers tell you, Miss Michigan is not at liberty to speak with any of the station's personnel, and she just says, she kind of elbows the soldier and tells you she just yells at you. It's a setup. It's a setup, kid. Don't listen to them. And they start dragging her.
Let's try to tackle one of them.
Yeah, give me a power, please.
Sure. Yeah.
A 14 is a hit for your power. Nice. Yeah. You 100% tackle one of them. I think she pulls out from the other one. And basically you are at the hangar, and she says, "Where's your mech?" is what she says.
Yeah, I'm sure I know exactly where it is or where I left it. Yeah, it's.
She's tied down by the wrists, and she starts running towards your unit.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I'll run to the mech and. Yeah, how can I try to contact Jack?
How can I try? Well, your mech certainly has loudspeakers and that sort of stuff. So.
Okay. Yeah, I guess just getting aboard the mech. That's the safest place I can be, I guess, to start with.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. So as soon as you hop in your unit, Mana grabs the loudspeaker from the console, and she says, survivors from Station Q. We were brought here under false pretense. Mr. Anders is not Mr. Anders. Yeah, she says Mr. Anders. She doesn't address him by commander, and it's noticeable. I think it's very noticeable. She says, Mr. Anders has been tasked with weaponizing the kaiju from this planet, she says, and he will keep on lying about it. And Jack, that's the second you start hearing Madonna's voice as soon as the soldiers are starting to grab you, and just go ahead.
I would like to grab one of their guns and point it at Anders.
Sure, give me a power as well.
Oh gosh, big money, no whammies. Yes, 4.
Yes. Okay, I think you grab one of the soldiers. You probably have had training to disarm people, and right now your gun is pointed at Anders for sure. Yes.
All right. I point at Anders and I look at the two who'd come in. One that's like on the ground, disarmed. Like, drop your gun right now.
Anders just he gives the order for them to drop their weapons, but he says, "There's no place to run, boy. You know the collective has control of the planet, has control of the sector. Even, what's your plan after this?"
I just kind of make it up as I go, sir, and I move over, or I tell him, stand up. We're taking a walk.
he gets up, grabs his crutches because he is in crutches,
Right.
and yeah, he starts leading the way. Where do you want to go?
I walk him down to the hangar where all of the pilots are, and I, with the gun on him, I motion to somebody to hand him a loudspeaker. Uh, and actually, I'll take the loudspeaker first, and I'll say with the gun still out, Mr. Anders has something he wants to tell you, that he is a fraud and that he's basically been put here, like Madonna said, under false pretenses. Go ahead, Mr. Anders. And then I'll put it in front of him.
I think you hear that, Calder. What do you want to do?
I just power up my mech and walk over.
Okay.
And just, I think if I'm standing in the middle of this in my mech, the biggest threat is other mechs. So I'm like watching to see if anyone, starts running, to power up their mechs. I'm trying to, tell them to stop before they can get inside.
There's probably people in their units just because of guard, because the constant
Okay.
menace of kaiju, but just the regular guard.
I just don't want. Yeah, but like people in response to Anders being, threatened,
Raid it out.
Yeah.
running to their mechs. I want to stop them.
Okay. Okay. Let me. Okay. Yeah, you bring the loudspeaker to Anders, and just before you pass it on, says he says to you, Jack, do you really think, son, that you have a quicker finger than 100 other soldiers in this station?
Maybe not. But then I motion to the mech. But it doesn't matter if I'm fast, because all of those soldiers have to be stronger than that.
What do you want him to? What are you trying to get him to say then?
With the gun in his back, I tell him, "Go on, admit it. Tell everybody the truth. Tell them the truth about Sectors 3 and 10. Tell them how you forged my signature. Be honest for once. Maybe they'll follow you. Maybe they won't."
I don't think. I think this is the kind of person that will gamble with his own life and with the life of other people.
Okay.
I think he's bought all of the probably propaganda for the collective and all of this. So you are going to roll a d6, and I think
Okay.
he's going to speak in a 1, basically. And otherwise, he's just, as soon as you give him the speaker, he's gonna order fire on you.
It's a 4.
A 4. You pass on the loudspeaker to him, and he says, "What he says." Yeah, I think he just says fire. But I think
Okay.
I think he just says fire for them to open fire on you, and you are both going to roll mobility, please.
All right. I succeed.
Nice. You do have a faster finger.
Yes, I do.
You are muted, Brian.
I rolled a 20, but my adaptable robotics is going to let me re-roll it, which means I'm going to get a 19 because that's what's happened every time.
Dang.
But we'll see. No, an 18. So I'm getting slightly better.
Yeah, that's, improvement.
That's better. Yeah. That's better. Okay, so
Wow.
I think what we are going to do is basically see what Jack does. Then we're going to take a break for maximum suspense, and then we're going to come back to see what happens next.
What will Jack do? So he gets fired on, right? That's basically what happened.
He's going to be fired on. Yeah, he orders fire on you, but you roll better on mobility, so it's basically whatever you want to do right now, you can do right now. But at this point, you are.
I grab the loudspeaker.
Okay.
And since I technically have some ranking,
yeah,
belay that order. Your CO has broken all of the regulations of military decorum, and the proof is in Eileen's footage. We will watch this footage, and if it proves that I am in fact a mutinous traitor, you can throw me in the brig. But otherwise, Anders is going to get thrown in there, and I still have the gun on him. So you should probably do what I say.
And we are going to get back to that for maximum suspense. Yeah, I have 25 past the hour, so let's take a 10. Is that okay?
Okay, awesome.
Nice. See you in a couple of minutes.
Alrighty.
There it is. Okay, yeah, so Jack, you ask for the recruits to see the footage. Not all of these soldiers are pilots. Most of them get their information from the higher ranking officers. So they haven't been as familiar with the situation outside of the station as you have been. Those who are pilots certainly seem to be more inclined to listen to you. But I think it's one of the younger recruits that no before that. So basically you see the groups, like the group basically divide in two. There's the ones that basically stand down with their guns, and as soon as that happens, those who are on Anders side basically get more resolved to point at you. And I think it's one of the younger recruits who shoots. Because I rolled a one.
Okay.
who shoots, and I just want to see if he because I think he's shooting in your direction, but I just want to see if they will shoot at you or at Anders. So
sure.
They are going to shoot at Anders.
Oh wow. I'm okay. All right.
That didn't land. Okay. I wasn't expecting that. Let me roll for Anders HP because.
Oh no. It just takes Anders out.
Because they made maximum damage. Yes.
Oh, I need him. He's my human shield. You can't kill him.
So. Now but he was injured. I'm going to drop the lowest die. Yeah, yeah. He survives, but barely. Let me make a note of. Uh, he's at 2 HP, just to you know. And
Okay.
yeah, basically, they shoot at Anders. Anders falls, still conscious, but in crutches. He can't take the
Uh,
shot.
Jack will start screaming on the loudspeaker. Ceasefire! Ceasefire!
Can I like pick up Enders and just like I'll shield him with my body, but also just like keep him
I think you
probably not in any shape to
I think
try
you
to.
can, but there's a lot of people. So if you are not trying to hurt them, you have to roll mobility get around. Otherwise,
Sure.
you are probably going to injure at least.
I don't think that's a pass.
Yeah,
No.
that's a fail. Yeah, give me a second. Yeah, you are going to you are able to do that. I People are trying to move around the mech, so I don't think you kill anybody or anything like that. But it's mayhem, so yeah, you just injure two soldiers, but yeah, you do injure some people. You run near Jack. You start protecting Anders' body. What do you want to do, Calder?
Um,
And
um,
Madonna is with you in the cockpit.
yeah, I was gonna say I'm probably just asking Madonna what do we do? Who can we trust?
At this point, if you trust Madonna, what Madonna tells you, Madonna is pissed. She's angry at Anders, and I think there's a part of her that will want to see him dead, but not at this point. So what she says is, she tells you he has to pay. He has to pay, and this is not the way. What she says, she doesn't want dead either. Uh, but Anders is yelling. Anders is yelling his uh, at his small group of probably private guards, the ones that are nearest to him all time, to
Oh,
start.
not knock that guy out. I'll just pistol whip him.
He
he's
basically
he's done
just,
giving orders.
yeah, for sure. He just gets time to basically give the go ahead, and yeah, you knock him out. People are shooting at each other. You are probably protected by Zenith's frame, and but both of you see two guards running towards the hangar. At least two guards running towards the hangar. You recognize them as part of Anders guards, bodyguards. What do you want to do?
Uh, I'll shout up at Calder in his mech. Calder, put Madonna on the horn. Let her speak to everyone. And then he kind of looks around like, see if you can get June to shut this place down. We don't want anybody else getting in their mechs.
That's not a bad idea. Yeah, yeah. Asking June to shut it down
Yeah, I'll let Madonna handle the communications, and if there's guards that I know are like Anders's men, I'll just shoot them.
Okay, yeah.
That's what I do. I shoot stuff. I swing a sword with a big mech. I don't know if it's the best idea, but that's what Calder's going to do.
I'm just trying to think if, because these are small targets, but
Mm-hmm.
you are at a really close range. So I'm trying to decide if it's with any sort of advantage or disadvantage. You have big
Mm.
bullets, so I think at that scale is basically area damage. So yeah, roll power for.
Nope.
That's a 19. Okay, yeah, no, you, yeah, as I was telling you, they are smaller targets. You are probably take a couple seconds to get your positioning. Madonna is getting on the loudspeaker. Uh, I think she's the one yelling at June to shoot down the suits. Somebody please roll d6 for me. I think it's a 50-50, 1 through 3. June
All
will
right.
have time to disable the mecha.
All right, I'm gonna try it. Here we go. I'm not looking. Oh, I rolled a 5. Shoot.
I like this plan. At the same time, I'm hoping you have to engage them outside because it will be more more dramatic. And as soon as you said shut down the mechas, I was like, okay, yeah, that sounds like that's it. But the mechas seem to be getting away then. Okay, yeah. Yeah. Uh, I think June uh, goes for the goes for the big red button that shuts down the hangar. I think the pilots just barely uh, dash below the gate as Zenith is opens fire at them. They climb onto their units and they will take damage, but yeah, they just uh, shoot. They just activate their boosters and shoot through the ceiling of the
Oh
hangar,
jeez. Oh jeez.
and you see them. Yeah, they are the personal guard of Anders. They will be a bit at more advanced suits than the one you have. I don't think they fly, but they are probably able to hover for at least a few seconds. They hop over the station's fence and start heading towards the south. Importantly, I think you see them carry this big crate, big payload of
Mm.
probably some sort of bombs or RT like that.
Okay. Jack curses, throws his loudspeaker down, um, motions to a couple of guards, put this man in the brig, and get Eileen out. And then he goes looking for his mech.
Yeah. Give me just a second. I'm going to roll to see how the conflict is going. That's not super good for you. Okay, yeah, certainly people on your side. For sure, you have Madonna on your side. June is on your side. So, but the first two of them to open fire were on Sergeant Anders, Commander Sanders. I think that's what is happening. So yeah, you order somebody to go get Eileen. but you are out of your mech, and there's people firing at you, Jack. So
Okay.
I think that is what happens.
All
Give
right.
me 1 second. How? How did I roll maximum damage for Anders and I just rolled a 2 for you? Yeah,
Ha.
I think you get scratched by a flying bullet. What do you want to do?
Well, question for you. So my armor hit points are still where they were when we got out of our mechs. Are they replenished at this point?
For your mech, yes, but since you are out of your mechs, we just count your hit point.
Okay. I'm gonna. Is it alright if I go ahead and update
Yeah,
my armor
please,
points back
please
up to
go
5?
ahead.
Okay. And I'll put my hit points down to 13 because that could 2 off of 15. Okay. I shoot both of those fools and try to take them out and find other soldiers who will obey my command.
Yeah, roll power for me, please.
Success.
Nice, and roll your damage.
It's okay. It's just the regular one. So a D8, 3 damage.
3 damage. Yeah, that's 3 damage on one of the people who are opening fire at you. Okay, they are injured. They are certainly.
And I let's see. I'll try to take cover after that. So I don't know, dive behind something.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I think you are able to. There's probably some cards around here, and how I think we're gonna solve this is go for Calder's action, and then we are going to basically roll, make another roll to see how it how it ends.
Plays out.
Calder,
Okay.
what do you want to do? You have just seen these 2 units take off towards the south.
Um, yeah, and carrying something. I guess I'll chase after him and take shots at him.
Okay. Yeah, since this just happened, yeah, open fire with power, please.
Okay. Yeah, that worked.
Okay, yeah, give me your damage.
Do I want to do a reckless attack? Sure, I do. Sure. 10.
It's 10 damage. That's a lot of them. Second. Okay, yeah. You hit one of the units. You hit one of the units, and you see them. You see it basically. The word I'm looking for drops. They drop the. They drop the. One of the crates is carrying, and that's what ends the conflict basically. they drop this crate, and just outside of the gates of Station R, there's this big explosion.
Oh, geez.
Uh, there's this ringing in your ears. Basically, everyone is disabled for a couple seconds as the units go out, and I think you disabled one of the. Basically, you cut their firing power in half, Calder. So that's good. That's 100. Uh,
Just as I planned.
just as you planned. Yeah, they were attacking. You know, they were attacking 3 and 10. So they are probably just going to be able to attack one of those 2 points. And yeah, I think that's what finishes the skirmish. And as I was telling you, you have Madonna, so probably the majority of soldiers are on your side. And as people are disabled for a couple seconds, you are able to take control of what's left of Station R.
Whew. Looking dicey there for a second.
Wait, I see.
So I like the idea of like the next thing the audience sees is like Calder and I and Madonna kind of standing around talking, and I look over at Calder and say, "You were right. Going to tell the CO he was wrong was a very bad idea."
Yeah, I mean that wasn't how I pictured it going, but
Me neither.
I mean, I guess I always kind of figured the higher ups were kind of shady, but this is way beyond what I thought was even possible.
Yeah. I think we got to go and stop those mechs. We got to stop this from happening.
I think in this reunion, it's the two of you, Madonna, Eileen, and June. And June says, and I think if we play our cards right, you have an advantage. Those two, give me 1 second because I know what's their. They are called Hydras. Their model is called Hydras.
Sweet.
I had, I know I had a bookmark for that in the manual. Yeah. She says those Hydras are on foot, and just yesterday we finished reconditioning some deployment choppers, so you might be able to get there ahead of them.
Well, I say we do it. Let's hop in and go. Anything else you want to tell us before we head off into uncertain territory again?
Yes, basically Madonna gives you the specifications for these 2 units.
Okay.
She briefs you.
I imagine it's spelled like that on the side of the the neck.
Yes. It wasn't, but now it is. Yes. There it is. Okay. She tells you 2 things. Basically, they are heavily armored, I'm going to give you some mechanic details for
Okay.
this in case honest with you. But yeah, they are heavily armored. As I was telling you, they are able to hover for a few seconds in the air, and they have they are suited with a large chain gun, meaning they are able to attack two targets at once in a
Hmm.
single action. Mechanically, this means that they reduce incoming damage by 2. They are able to ignore difficult terrain just as Viking Danger is able to. And as I was telling you, they are able to attack two targets in a single round, but they need to recharge that attack. Once they use it, once they use it, I have to roll to see if they are able to.
Okay. Hmm. Then I guess I'm looking to June. Anything you can outfit us with that'll punch through that armor?
Hydra. I love that. Okay. Yes, and as I was telling you, we are going to basically level up to level 3 during this session.
Yeah.
Everything lined up. I hadn't planned
Excellent.
for a lot of this stuff. So yes, basically, please level up to level 3.
Okay.
And what we are going to do as okay, you are both going to roll your hit die once again and increase your hit points, but however much you get.
This is D8. I think. Yes. 4. Okay. And then when we roll to increase a stat, we have to roll over it, right?
Roll for each one of your stats, and
Hmm.
if the result is higher, yes, you have to roll over your current value. That attribute increases by 1.
No, okay, not that one. 16. Yes! Aha! Ha ha ha!
You are a brawler Viking, so you roll twice. Rolling twice for power and mobility.
Oh, okay, cool. Then let me roll that power again then. Nope, that didn't work. Okay.
And you are a striker Zenith, so you roll twice for systems and presence.
Yes. There you go. 9 presence. Okay, sweet. I increased my mobility and my presence.
Nice.
Yeah.
Give me.
Just increased my mobility, which is nice. And then twice.
Systems and presence.
And I rolled twice for both of these. Okay. So I need another d20. Nope. 12. And I upped my presence.
Nice. And you get to choose one more model.
So
you can go ahead to the model tab and select one. You do have a spell. The one I was telling you last session or 2 sessions ago, Jack, is chest beam. Chest beam, we could rewrite it to be the fire coming out of your necks as your dragon breath, basically.
Gotcha. Yeah, I was looking at that. I also saw that missile barrage on there too, which looked pretty good.
Yeah. Brian, what kind of model would you like for Cine?
Yeah, I'm looking at them all again.
Reflective shield has worked really well for you.
That is really cool.
Shoulder hard point. Oh yeah, you have this heavy weapon. So maybe shoulder hard point. And you were saying about how you need to use both hands, so you wouldn't be able to use your shield and your gun. So maybe that to mount the heavy weapon useful.
That's a good idea.
What does heavy weapon do? Heavy two-handed +2 attack and damage.
When you roll, you add 2, so it's harder to hit, but you also do more damage.
Do more damage. It's not that exciting to me. Drop it in a century.
I think I like the missile barrage.
Yeah, go ahead and take it.
Okay. And we can just flavor it as like, I don't know, fiery rockets or something or whatever.
Nice, okay, sure. Divided as you choose between enemies at near or far range. Yeah, sounds cool.
Let's see here. Missile barrage. What is this font here? Audio
Quake
line.
generator.
A quick question. In our character sheets under the equipment, the boost kit has, as you use action, activate the boost kit, you regain 1d4 armor points, and it kind of stops after, I think that's upgrade.
Sorry. Let me.
It's okay. I'm just not sure.
Yeah, upgrades your reactor.
I think it upgrades your.
Oh.
Yeah, restores 1 level.
Gotcha. Okay. I'll write that in then.
By 1 step up to its maximum.
Okay. Cool. Oh, greater reactor die. That's good.
Can I upgrade to heavy armor instead of light armor?
Can I upgrade to heavy armor instead of light armor? Yes, I think you could. Give me just 1 second to. That, but okay, you are a striker, weapons and armor. Light armor, oral weapons, and shields. No, you are not able to upgrade to heavy armor.
Gotcha.
Could he take a different mech, or does he have to keep this one?
That's what that's what I was going to. That's what I was thinking actually. Because we're talking about upgrades, maybe changing the mech or a module. Give me 1 second, because yes, you are not able to equip heavy armor, but I am thinking about once. How about heavy armor +5 armor points, disadvantage on mobility test to become hidden. Yeah, how about we call it something like I want to say active armor or something like that, because that sounds very anime. And you get the benefits of heavy armor, which is +5 armor points, but you have to activate it by rolling your reactor die and rolling your reactor die when you get damaged, but you are able to shut it off if you want. How does that sound?
As like a module?
As like a module, yes.
No, that's okay. I just didn't realize I couldn't have the heavy armor.
Okay.
I'm good.
Okay. I'm going to write down that one because I sort of like it.
Yeah, I do like the idea, but yeah, I'm gonna.
It occurs to me that technically in my vehicle mode, I could drop frag mines and sentry turrets because they're not technically attacks.
That will be interesting, yes.
Ooh. Yeah, that's an interesting idea.
Right? Roll mobility with
Yeah,
advantage against all attacks.
You just run around dropping mines.
Yeah. That's kind of neat.
Instead of breathing fire, this dragon lays explosive eggs.
Yeah, I guess that's yeah. I'll stick with the missiles. It sounds cooler.
Okay.
I think that's everything then. For me, anyway.
Static cloud, it looks like, would work too, because it's an action that can do damage.
Static cloud.
It's in the offensive modules.
Defensive.
Pest mobility, if you succeed, deal 1d4 damage to 2 close enemies and become hidden. Oh.
That's really cool. And would you get
cool.
the vehicle mode? Yeah, and you have advantage on mobility tests.
That's true.
You'd be
Holy
especially good
cow,
at it.
that's a genius idea.
That's not a
That's
Okay.
bad combo
true.
there.
Yes.
We have to do that. We have to do that. I'm gonna
Yes. Yes.
call
Yes.
it.
That's true.
So you could blow out a smoke cloud.
I'm gonna legit call it fire breath. Like he's gonna run
Yeah.
around on all fours and then breathe fire at them like a cloud of fire, and then I think that's a super great idea.
Okay.
There we go.
That is an awesome catch. All right, let me find.
And
that.
have you chosen, Brian?
Yeah, I went with super reactor.
Okay, that's increasing your reactor die, right?
Yeah.
Super reactor. Nice. Okay.
Yeah, I figure I'll just be using it to make double attacks.
To make
a
double
whole
attacks.
bunch.
Yeah, sure. Sure.
Copy. Huh, that's so weird. Why doesn't it? Oh, it's because I have the wrong thing. Okay, got it. There we go. And then we got to put that into audio wide. All right, cool.
Nice. Okay, then a reactor, increase your reactor, but okay, yeah. So I think then June spends the next couple hours fitting these new models into your equipment. She she also brings these two choppers for you to deploy into the battlefield. And in the meantime, I think Madonna is basically briefs you, and we just have Eileen left. Okay, yeah, Eileen basically sobers up in these few hours, and she tells you that sorry, she hacks into the systems for the station and finds out some of the lower some of the less well encrypted files for Anders. And yeah, she basically confirms to you that what Anders was tasked to do is finding a way to weaponize the kaiju. And so these kaiju cultists, these people you saw piloting the kaiju, actually were using your technology, the Collective's technology, and they had been given this technology by Anders, essentially. And yeah, that's the information she's able to gather.
Interesting.
And she says, yeah, and as I was telling you, what I think the data you collected from the antenna array pointed to sector 5 for the source of the energy source So I'm thinking if whatever experiments they were running control this kaiju activated some of the technology that you found, but she's not sure at this.
So Anders armed our enemies, then with their new armaments used them to attack friendlies on the field, and then tried to bury the evidence to save his own skin. Did I get that right?
That sounds like the whole picture. Yes, Madonna says.
And what about this strange ship? How's that related? Is this that collective again?
Nobody's really sure about that. Yeah, I don't think nobody's sure. You all know that's related. That these crash ships are related to the technology that you found, but nobody really knows where they came from.
Hmm. Well, then Eileen, if I could ask you to share that information with everyone else on base before another firefight starts, I'd appreciate it. And aside from that, I kind of look over at Calder. I don't know, you ready to go rock and roll?
Yeah, I've just been waiting until we can shoot some things. So
Staying focused on the mission. I like it.
What's your? I think for the mission, just June has made sure that you get exactly the paint job that you wanted, Calder. What does this paint job looks like just before you deploy?
um, yeah, I mean, I think it's kind of it's mostly like kind of camo for this, these jungles, but then broken up with like racing stripes, and then there's also like um, all the spots where like he's taken like hits and damage. Uh, it's like marked with like painted on scars.
Nice. I really like that. Jack, would you like any special outfit for Viking Danger?
Yes. Black and red. I think like a dragon, and it just sounds cool. Oh, and paint flames are coming out of his mouth. Rock on.
Sure.
uh, and yeah, by the way, I think I don't know if people have heard this song, but we should totally have like a theme song as we're going out. And since we're the Iron Maidens, there's a song called "The Trooper" by Iron Maiden, which if you know what I'm talking about, it's like the sets the perfect scene.
Sure. I think the audience will hear the helicopter's engines fire up as the as the riff of the trooper starts going off. The helicopters gain some height, and we see your mechs basically head off into the horizon.
Sweet.
And I think for today we're going to finish a bit early, so that we start with the whole combat scene next session. How does that sound?
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Sure.
Okay. Then we are going to finish there. We are going to make some stars and wishes, especially for what would you like to see for the final combat, basically. So
Okay.
if you are seeing us on YouTube, thank you very much, and see you next week.